4 brain tricks that make you happier in 15 seconds. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been sitting there, doing absolutely nothing and suddenly felt off? Not sad, not angry, just empty. Your phone does not help, music does not help, motivation videos do not help, and you think, why can I not just feel happy for no reason? Here is the shocking part. Your brain can switch into a happier state in 15 seconds. No fixing your life, no forced positivity, no manufactured motivation. Today I am going to show you 4 simple brain tricks that instantly lift your mood. But pay close attention, because the last trick is the most powerful one. It permanently changes how your brain responds to stress. Do not skip it. A quick story to start. Imagine 2 people having the exact same bad day. Same traffic, same stress, same problems. One spirals into misery all night. The other shakes it off and feels fine. The difference is not their circumstances. It is how their brain reacted in the first few seconds. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It is designed to react fast. But once you understand how that reaction works, you can interrupt it almost instantly. That is exactly what these 4 tricks do. Trick number 1, the face feedback switch. Here is something most people never learn. Your brain does not just create emotions, it also reads your body to decide how you feel. And your face is one of its biggest sources of information. Try this right now. Gently raise your eyebrows, relax your jaw. Let the corners of your mouth lift just slightly. Not a big smile. Just a soft, easy one. Hold it for 15 seconds. Here is what is happening. Your brain receives a signal that says we must be safe. And when your brain believes you are safe, it reduces stress chemicals and boosts feel-good ones. You did not force happiness. You signaled it. And it works even if your mood was low just seconds before, because your brain responds to physical cues faster than it responds to thoughts. The mistake most people make is waiting to feel happy before changing their body language. Your brain works in reverse. Change the signal first. The emotion follows. Trick number 2. Name it to tame it. So, you've used the first trick to tell your body you're safe. But what happens when your mind just doesn't get the memo? What if it refuses to stop racing? It's like a runaway train, right? Chugging along with that endless loop of what ifs. What if I mess up that presentation? What if they didn't like what I said? What if I'm not good enough? It's exhausting. Your thoughts are ricocheting from a past mistake to a future worry, and you're just stuck in the middle, getting battered by the noise. This next trick is your emergency brake for that runaway train. To understand it, you need to know your brain operates in 2 main modes: thinking mode and reacting mode. When emotions like anxiety, anger, or fear spike, your brain's emotional center, the amygdala, hijacks the system. It shifts you into pure, unfiltered reaction. Here is the shortcut out. The moment you feel that wave of stress, anxiety, or frustration begin to build, I want you to pause and say this, either out loud or just to yourself. I am feeling stressed. I am feeling overwhelmed. I am feeling irritated. That is all. Just name the primary emotion you're experiencing. No analysis, no judgment, and absolutely no trying to fix it. Here is the neuroscience behind why this simple act is so powerful. The moment you label an emotion, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the logical thinking part of your brain. This act of naming shifts control away from the reactive emotional center and hands it over to your logical center. You're essentially changing your relationship with the feeling. Instead of being the emotion, drowning in it, consumed by it, you become the observer of it. That single, simple shift creates distance and reduces the emotional intensity in seconds. Think of it this way. If a storm of anxiety is raging inside you, you are completely soaked, lost in the chaos. But the moment you say, this is a storm of anxiety, you are suddenly watching that same storm from the safety and comfort of inside a house. Same storm. Completely different experience. You're no longer the storm, you're the shelter. Your brain cannot fully panic and fully label at the same time. The act of observation and naming interrupts the feedback loop that fuels the panic. It's a neurological pattern interrupt. You don't need to force yourself to calm down. You don't need to have all the solutions right away. You just need one sentence to create a little bit of space. I am feeling this. That's your foothold to regain control. Now imagine combining tricks 1 and 2. You use your face to signal to your body that you are safe. Then you use your mind to name the emotion, signaling that you see what's happening without being consumed by it. That 1-2 punch is already incredibly powerful for managing your state in the moment. But the next 2 tricks go even deeper, helping you proactively build a happier, more resilient brain. Trick number 3, the micro-win dopamine hit. Alright, pay close attention because this is the one most people miss, and it is the fastest, most reliable happiness trigger your brain has. It's a complete game changer because it flips the entire script on how we think motivation works. See, most people chase happiness the wrong way. They're passive. They wait for good news to land in their lap. They wait for a sudden jolt of motivation to strike like lightning. They wait for life to get better, for the stars to align, for that big promotion or that perfect relationship to finally make them happy. They're waiting for a feeling to show up before they'll take action. But here is the fundamental truth your brain operates on. Your brain does not release its reward chemical, dopamine, you achieve a massive success. It releases it in anticipation and the process of making progress. Even tiny, almost insignificant progress. Dopamine isn't the reward for finishing the race, it's the fuel that makes you want to run it in the first place. It's the molecule of motivation. Let's prove it. Right now, I want you to pick one ridiculously small action that takes less than 15 seconds. Straighten your posture, feel your spine align. Take one slow, deliberate, deep breath. Drink a single sip of water. Check off one tiny task on your to-do list, even if you have to add it just to check it off. Do it now. Feel that? That tiny shift? That is it. Your brain just detected forward movement. It registered progress. And progress equals a hit of dopamine. Now, that dopamine doesn't just feel good for a second. It's a neurochemical signal that increases your motivation, literally sharpens your focus, and immediately lifts your overall outlook. It tells your brain, hey, what we're doing is working. Let's do more of it. This is exactly why starting is always the hardest part. Your brain is in a state of inertia. But once you begin, once you generate that first micro win, your brain's reward system kicks in and wants to help you continue. It creates a positive feedback loop. Action creates motivation, which fuels more action. But most people have it completely backwards. They wait to feel motivated before they act. That's like waiting for a car to start driving before you put gas in it. It doesn't work. Action comes first. Motivation is the reward for acting. You can turn this into a powerful habit through stacking. Link a micro-win to something you already do. After you pour your coffee, put 1 cup in the dishwasher. After you brush your teeth, do 2 push-ups. After you sit down at your desk, write down your single most important task for the day. Use this trick anytime. Bad mood, micro-win. Low energy, micro-win. Completely stuck and overwhelmed, micro-win. You don't need big life-altering changes. You just need a little bit of movement. And your brain will reward you for it immediately. Trick number 4, the gratitude interrupt. Now, this last trick is the one that ties it all together. It works differently from the others because it's not just about changing your mood in the moment. It's about fundamentally rewiring which experiences your brain chooses to pay attention to in the first place. Think of it less like a quick fix and more like training a muscle. Over time, this practice doesn't just make you feel better, it changes the very lens through which you see the world. To understand why this is so powerful, we need to talk about the science. Your brain has what's called a negativity bias. It's your default setting. It's naturally hardwired to scan for problems, threats, and everything that's going wrong. This was incredibly useful for our ancestors. The one who obsessed over the rustle in the bushes was the one who didn't get eaten. Missing a threat was fatal. Missing a pretty flower was not. But in our modern world, this ancient survival mechanism keeps us stuck in a state of low-level anxiety, stress, and constant dissatisfaction. Your brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. So if you find yourself dwelling on the one critical comment in a sea of praise, That's not a character flaw. It's your brain's factory settings at work. The gratitude interrupt is designed to break that ancient, automatic pattern. The moment you feel that familiar spiral, that sense of being overwhelmed, annoyed, or just plain off, you stop. And you ask yourself this one, very specific question. What is one thing in this exact moment that is not a problem? And this isn't about listing things you're grateful for in a big, abstract sense like my family or my health. That can feel forced. This is about grounding yourself in the physical reality of the present. It could be the chair holding your weight, the air moving in and out of your lungs without any effort, the fact that you are safe right now, watching something designed to help you, the light coming through the window, the silence in the room. Find one tiny, undeniable piece of evidence that not everything is wrong. When you do this, you are hijacking your brain's scanning mechanism. You force it to pivot, to scan for the positive instead of the negative. You are not lying to yourself or forcing some kind of fake, toxic positivity. You are simply redirecting your attention to what is true. The problems might still be there, but they are not the thing that's there. And that small, conscious redirection is enough to change the neurochemical environment of your brain within seconds, dialing down cortisol and giving you a microdose of serotonin. Now, imagine combining this with the first 3 tricks. You have a complete reset sequence ready for any moment. Soften your face, name the emotion, create a micro-win, and then find one thing that is working. In under 60 seconds, you can guide your entire nervous system from a state of fight or flight to a state of calm and control. Not because your life magically changed, but because you consciously changed your brain chemistry. The truth: most people never learn happiness is not something you find. It is something you activate. Your brain already has everything it needs. You now know how to signal safety in seconds, how to stop emotional spirals before they take hold, how to trigger dopamine on demand, and how to interrupt the negativity loop your brain defaults to. These are not habits that take weeks to build. They are switches you can flip right now. And once you know where the switches are, you will never stay stuck in a bad state for long. The next time you feel off, overwhelmed, or empty, you will know exactly what to do. Because feeling better is not far away. It is one small switch. If this helped you, like this video and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.